For many of our families, they can't even begin to reflect on how this is impacting them emotionally because they're just trying to find a place to live. They're trying to get their kids back into school. And what we anticipate is the emotional impact of this event is going to really start to hit folks in the next 3 to 6 months.
Foothill Family is a nonprofit agency rooted in the community for nearly 100 years and says it promises to be there to help people recover for as long as it takes.
The needs are even greater now than they were before the fire.
In Pasadena, Elise Martinez, Kcal News.
Thanks for watching Kcal News at 8. Kcal News at 9 with Pat Harvey starts right now.
This is Kcal News, Los Angeles.
Fresh snow in our local mountains. It could be the best time to hit the slopes. We're tracking 2 more significant storms. A dumping ground for stolen safes at ATMs. We were the first to tell you about it. And tonight, more victims are getting their stolen items back. And the CDC issues a new measles warning as the spring break travel season gets underway. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Pat Harvey. New information tonight on the mysterious deaths of Hollywood legend Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa. We have learned, tragically, she died first of a rare disease. And it appears he lived for up to a week later in the house before dying of heart disease and may have never known she was dead. KCAL's Gio Insignares joins us now with more. Gio?
It's truly heartbreaking and really, Pat, a mystery that we might not get all the answers to. But here's what we do know, at least so far, while we wait for some of those answers. We do know that the medical examiner revealed that advanced Alzheimer's played a significant role in Hackman's death. As for his wife, Betsy Arakawa, she died from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. That's a rare rodent-borne illness. Officials believe she died up to a week before Hackman, and given his condition, it's possible he was unaware of her passing. Santa Fe officials provided a tragic update today on the mysterious deaths of Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa. Autopsy results confirm both died of natural causes, though from different conditions and possibly days apart.
It is unprecedented for the Office of the Medical Investigator to make public statements about death investigations. However, the circumstances surrounding these 2 deaths require accurate dissemination of important information.
Investigators now believe Betsy died first. She was last seen on surveillance video at a local CVS and grocery store on February 11th.
The cause of death for Miss Betsy Hackman, aged 65 years, is hantavirus pulmonary syndrome.
Hantavirus is a rare rodent-borne infection. While not contagious between people, it spreads through contact with infected rodents or their droppings, according to health officials, and is mostly found in the desert Southwest. The Hackman's home was in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Not just if it's present, but if someone's trying to clean it up, the little particles, as you're trying to sweep it up or vacuum it up, can end up in the air, which is called being aerosolized. And then when you breathe it in, that's when you can become infected.
Dr. Gabriel Campion is an emergency physician at Dignity Health Northridge Hospital. He says symptoms mimic the flu at first, body aches, fever, and fatigue, but can quickly escalate into severe lung infection called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. Health officials warn the fatality rate can range from 30 to 50%.
It'd be difficult for anyone to know they had it until it was diagnosed in a hospital because the symptoms are very much like any other virus you'd have.
Although hantavirus can be deadly, it remains rare. The CDC first tracked it after a 1993 outbreak in the Four Corners region. New Mexico reporting the highest numbers.
The cause of death for Mr. Gene Hackman, aged 95 years, is hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, with Alzheimer's disease as a significant contributory factor.
Heart failure and his overall health made even worse by Alzheimer's. Investigators now believe Hackman died days after Arakawa, maybe even a week later, with her body sprawled on a bathroom floor the whole time.
Was he aware that Ms. Hackman had died? And I think that question is difficult to answer, but I can tell you that he was in an advanced state of Alzheimer's, and it's quite possible that he was not aware that she was deceased.
Now, there's no specific treatment or cure to hantavirus infection, but early medical attention can improve survival. As for the investigation, it remains open until investigators get results back from Hackman and Arakawa's cell phones and the necropsy results to determine how their dog died. Pat?
Gio, thanks. Still so very sad. It has been exactly 2 months since historic wildfires changed the landscape of LA as we know it. The Palisades and Eaton fires raged across